Welcome back to CS201 Walkthroughs. My name is Lukash. Today we're going over the practice final. Starting with question 1, which asks us to first in 1A write a procedure. Insert X list, which takes an X and puts it in its correct place into a list of non-decreasing elements. Non-decreasing is sort of similar to increasing, but it means that there can be elements that are exactly the same. So like 1, 2, 4, 4, 5 is not increasing because 4 is not greater than 4, but it's non-decreasing. And our job is to put our element X into its correct place. I feel like this is some fairly simple recursive code. We're just going to take our list, work our way through it until we find the right place and stick it in right there. So I'll say define insert X, L, S, T. My base case will be, if I reach the very end of my list, I keep cutting through it, I reach the end, I want to put my element X there because it means it's greater than everything. So I'll say, I like empty. Empty, oh, I need a cond, out of practice. Cond, empty, LST. Then I just return, let's see, let's make it list X. Not list X, oh boy, really out of practice. List X. Okay, if it's not empty, then we need to check, is our element X less than or equal to car LST? And if it is less than or equal, let's think about it. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, let's come up with a better example. 1, 2, 4, and we're trying to put 3 in it. We're only going to want to put 3 in when we're looking at this 4, so before that 4. And here, so we'll say if X is less than or equal to this, the car of the list at that time, then we'll cons X onto rest list, right? Yeah, that looks good to me. Okay, and if it's not, else, I think we can assume good input, right? Yeah, I think it said assume that you get this type of input, so I don't really have to do any sort of error checking here, but else we're just going to call this on the coder, but we're going to cons the first element on so we don't lose it. Cons car LST onto insert X coder LST. I want to really quickly make sure that you can see this. I set up my camera. I believe that you can. I'll move to the left a little bit after this. But I set it, so hopefully you can deduce what's there. I think this should work. If I did something wrong, it'd be minimally embarrassing. Anyway, we're going to move on to 1B that says, write a procedure where we use this insert to perform insertion sort on a list. Which seems to me like we just have to run this insert on like every element, and really any order works. So I'll say define isort LST. Say if it's empty. Oh, I need my condition again, or an if. I'll use an if this time for fun. If empty LST. Then I think I just return LST. If it's not empty, then I'm going to return insert X into isort coder LST. So this way, it will, it will start by codering until it gets to the very end of the list, right? It'll take like 2, 4, 3, 5, and it'll say, okay, coder down to my base case of empty list, then insert 5 into this. I go 5, insert 3 into that, so we'll get 5, 3, insert 4 into that, so we'll get 3, 4, 5, insert 2 into that, we'll get 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that should work. Then I think it asks us to define input that might give us a best and a worst case scenario for the running time of our insert command up here. And the way we defined it to run, or at least I defined it to run, was like if we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, then it would go through and put it here. The best case scenario would be it doesn't have to go through any elements. It puts it at the beginning. So my best would be something like x equals 0 and LST equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me double check that that's exactly what the question says. Oh, n elements, okay. So they give me an n. This has to be something like 1, comma 2, or there's no comma, but 1, 2, 3, dot, 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 up to n. And this would still take, it would only have to make one comparison, which is the best case scenario. The worst case scenario, that's going to be, x has to go at the end of the list. So I could say something like, the list again equals 1, 2, 3, n, x equals n plus 1, or 2n, or whatever. Nice. Okay. I think it works, assuming non-negative n's. And yeah, whatever. All right. If I did something wrong, please let me know. Comment on this video or post on the Piazza, or send me an email that says you messed up. I'm going to move on to question 2.